Station. This is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
Houston Station, ready for the event. And Houston Station, you copy, ready for the event.
SEC Network, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is SEC Network. How do you hear me?
Got you loud and clear. Who am I talking to?
This is Paul Feinbaum, and we're joined by ISS Expedition 41 flight engineer Butch Wilmore. Butch, Paul Feinbaum here at the SEC Network. I hope all is well out there.
Oh, all is great up here, Paul, and welcome aboard the International Space Station.
Well, thank you. I see you're holding a football, which is part of the reason that we are so excited to talk to you. For those who haven't followed your story very closely, at least in terms of college football and the SEC Network, please elaborate and explain to our viewers, hopefully across the world and who knows how far outside the world.
Well, Paul, I'm a big fan of the Southeastern Conference. I grew up in Tennessee and watched the Vols and Vanderbilt and all the other Southeastern Conference teams. So I always try to watch every year. And, of course, I'm here on the space station during football season. So I talk to the people that work on getting video and stuff for us during our what little free time we have. And I said, is there any chance I can get some SEC football and, some of the SEC Network that's new coming online? And a little bit of just a little question, and lo and behold, here we are, and I have it, and I've been enjoying it.
Butch, I know there's a joke in this somewhere that someone went to outer space and returned to find out that Mississippi State was 1 in the country and Ole Miss is 3. But I sense, or I trust, that you already knew that. But it would be quite a shock for somebody coming back from outer space.
That it would indeed. And I tell you what a great time for the Southeastern Conference to have 4 teams in the top 5. I'm excited and I'm thrilled that it's happening.
Well, I know you played college football at Tennessee Tech. Your connections and your blood run pretty deep orange, and you know what this weekend is. It's the 4th Saturday in October. Alabama heads to Tennessee this weekend, and I know that's a game that you'll be paying pretty close attention to.
Oh, absolutely, Paul. When I was growing up, I had a couple of uncles that were, one, of course, was a huge Tennessee fan, and the other was a huge Alabama fan. And the rivalry every single year and the things that they do, the jokes they would play on each other, were some great memories. And, the tradition continues. And hopefully, one thing about being a fan of the Southeastern Conference is that when they play each other, it's all win-win. But I am, of course, pulling just a little bit extra for the Volunteers this week.
Well, I realize you have plenty of responsibilities up there, and you're up there with a couple of cosmonauts and will be there for some time. But how do you keep up with your passion, college football, while you're working and while you're conducting the activities that you were sent up there to do?
Well, that is an understandable question. We do get about 2.5 hours a day to do some physical activity. We work out on a resistive exercise machine. We have a treadmill. Here next to me is a sort of a space bicycle, if you will. And we get about 2.5 hours a day to do those type of workouts. And so I use that time, and I watch your show. I've been watching your Monday show, which is it's a pretty long show. It's taken me all week to watch it. and also I watch games. I actually watched Tennessee Tech, the team that I played for. I watched their game from this week, and they had a big come-from-behind fourth-quarter victory, 29 points unanswered in the fourth quarter, and beat Eastern Kentucky. So that was thrilling to watch that. So that's how I use that time, and that's when I typically watch the games.
Butch, the program that I conduct every day is a little hard for people to comprehend, even down on Earth. I can only imagine what it's like in outer space. Describe it to us, if you don't mind.
Well, you're keeping me up to speed. I mean, like I said, I just watched your show from Monday. Like I said, I watched it for the last couple of days because I only get to watch it in pieces. But it's been very interesting and very informative for football fans. And you've got people calling you from actually all over the nation, and so it's very interesting, very intriguing to listen to.
Yeah, Butch, the mere mention of the Feinbaum show apparently shut us down temporarily with our transmission from here at the SEC Network to where you are. Let me ask you again, the program that I conduct is hard for some people to comprehend on Earth. Somewhat jokingly I ask, but what's it like to watch from outer space?
Well, it's been very interesting. Like I said, I've been watching your show, your Monday show, which is a very long show. I've been able to watch it in pieces throughout the week. I just finished it literally 30 minutes ago, and it's very informative. It's interesting. You've got some interesting guests, people calling from all over the nation, and of course the insight things that I'm not aware of. Obviously, not been able to keep close ties on games and the network. The Southeastern Conference as well. So I thank you for all you're doing. It's helping me stay in touch.
Finally, I mean, you've trained for this. You've been up in space before. This is not your first mission, of course. How difficult is it? I know you're doing very important work, but obviously you're away from your family, you're away from your friends, and you're also away from college football during the season.
It is challenging, the various things. It's a wide variety of things that we have the opportunity to take part in, and being apart from the family is tough. But NASA does a good job. They give us some video links once a week, like we're doing now, and I can call them. We have a certain type of phone with satellite links that I can call them about every day. So we're able to stay in touch, and that's very beneficial for the psyche, if you will, while we're up here and away for so long.
Butch, in terms of your passion for football, when you're watching these games, when you're getting the results, I guess the emotion is a little bit different, being in a spacesuit, being in outer space, so to speak. How does it compare to watching a game in a stadium or in front of your television on a Saturday afternoon?
Well, it's definitely unique, that's for sure. But it's kind of nice, to just kind of kick my feet up and just kind of float and watch and float around and just kind of watch in that fashion. It's definitely different than you can do down on Earth. So it's got its pluses up here as well.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to use this valuable time for a plea, but I know we've sent senators into space and lay people into space. I mean, come on, isn't it time to take your old buddy here at the SEC Network and give him a couple of whirls around the Earth in your space station?
I tell you what, we got room for Paul Feinbaum up here. You work it out with NASA, and we'll fix you a place, and we'll be ready to we'll play us a little football up here. As you can see, I've been trying to do my Condrich-Holloway spiral. I'm not very good at it, but I've been trying to get it going.
I was in school as he was ending, so you look pretty good. Listen, there are a lot of people down here that would love nothing more, Butch, than to send me up there and perhaps even leave me. But safe travels. We can't wait for you to come back, and what a great pleasure and honor it has been to talk to you today.
Oh, it's been a pleasure for me as well, Paul. And keep the fine show coming, and I'll be watching. Thank you.
You got it. Thank you so much.
Station, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the event. Thank you.
Thank you. SEC Network Station, please stand by while we reconfigure video and audio communications.